If you are a singer or musician looking to carve out a career in the music business, it is important to understand something right away. There is a difference, a big difference between the music and the business of music. Case in point, during the early years of Bruce Springsteen's career, the first two albums, Greetings from Asbury Park and The Wild, Innocent, and E Street Shuffle, both received critical acclaim, but neither were considered radio-friendly, and as a consequence, were not big sellers. There was even a rumor that Columbia Records was considering dropping Bruce from their label if the next album didn't happen. Of course, in time, Bruce pulled things together in the studio, came up with the classic Born to Run album, and was on his way to greatness. However, during the interlude between the second album and Born to Run, which was about 2 years, Bruce was able to salvage his situation and keep things going through another aspect of the music business: constant touring and select live performances. My name is Sam McKeith, a former William Morris agent. I know these things because for the period covering those first 3 albums, I was Bruce Springsteen's agent. Not only was I Bruce Springsteen's agent, but also Stevie Wonder, both of them at critical points in their careers. Right now, there are more than 40,000 musicians in New York City alone. I've created a vehicle, the Renaissance Music Review, based on much of what I've seen and experienced firsthand. And I believe it will be of great value to a lot of people.
What exactly is the Renaissance Music Review?
Technically speaking, the Renaissance Music Review is a marketing tool for artists, record companies, agencies, advertisers, and other related entertainment entities. The idea is to connect musical generations. It is designed to help break open the careers of several quality acts simultaneously and demonstrate a process that should help build and grow a fan base on a regional, national, and international level. Obviously, there are a lot of very talented people around, but for the purposes of what we are trying to demonstrate, I've chosen 6 people to start off with. There will be others as things progress, but right now I've chosen 6. My reasons are simple. I believe in their talent. I've found them to be committed, hardworking, and focused people. They're nice to be around and easy to work with. Frankly, if you're trying to do something positive and constructive, the last thing you need to be around are uncooperative, negative people who are just a pain.
So what you're saying is you're taking artists and you're taking music business professionals and you're getting them together to talk about the variety of dimensions of various topics relating to the entertainment industry. Who are some of the performers that you plan to showcase in the Renaissance Music Review?
Once people get together and decide they want to test the waters and perform publicly, the question then becomes, who are these people and what shall we call them?
And I think that a name is important. I mean, I think that I ran into it having a band named after myself actually was associated with the jam band scene, which is something I never thought about. I just couldn't come up with a band name, so that's why I called it that, you know. And I think that there are names that are like indie rock kind of names. I think there are names that are, you know, and I think that if you're a songwriter, a lot of times you just use your own name or whatever. I mean, it matters, and everything matters image-wise these days more than anything, because it's just such a huge thing. You know, I mean, it's not everything, but I mean, it's you know, it's bigger than ever before, I'd say, and it's gonna just keep getting like that the more accessible everybody is, you know.
Christina LaRocca and Heavy Weather is the name of the band. We're a full 6-piece, like funk R&B band. And, you know, I hope the band never breaks up, but I do write my own music that I don't play with the band. Maybe one day I'll be part of another project. I didn't want all that work to be in vain, almost, like to not ever, if I end up changing it, if somebody types in Christina LaRocca, it's all there.
I wanna be the one that's always there to make you smile. the name is a brand, so it's your brand that people remember.
So in other words, if you call yourself the Coffee Cups or
Or
some other name
the,
like that,
or the dumb or the suckers, you know. Well, although the punk bands kind of took all those names, I think if you try to Google that, they're already taken.
The thing is, once you become 30, 35 years old, you might not want to be known as that.
Well, there's all kinds of people. Who knows? You know what? It's hard to tell anymore.
Years ago, when Stevie Wonder was going through a career transition and beginning to explore new musical horizons, for the first time, he decided to put together his own band, as opposed to hiring different sidemen for each performance. He understood the identity of his new band was important, and that their connection to him would elevate their recognition and prominence. So he moved Wonderlove, that became the band's name, into the Fifth Avenue Hotel, which is now condominiums. It was a place located on 5th Avenue and 9th Street in Greenwich Village. There, the band really bonded, and Wonderlove became an exciting performing unit in their own right.
When we were naming the band, we were looking for a good name, and we came up with a lot of ideas, and at the end of the day, we thought Leroy Justice was the best name. Leroy Justice comes from there's actually a man named Leroy Justice. He lives in South Carolina, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and he's the father of one of our good friends. And when we were coming up with names for the band, somebody brought his name up, and we thought that was a great name, so we took it right from him. It's a great name. I mean, I don't know how he walks around with our T-shirts on, and he's got his own name on his chest. It's pretty fantastic.
A lot of people today, band members in particular, attach themselves to a situation, but might not really feel comfortable if the name is not in some way inclusive or representative of all of them. Instead of feeling they belong to something, they view the situation as though they were merely sidemen and are usually less committed to the overall success of the effort. I would say choosing the right name is very important. In an Esquire magazine issue, Robert Ritchie, also known as Kid Rock, admits his stage persona is the worst name in the world. Hey, he says, it sounded like a cool name when I was 16, but it stuck, and now it's me. I'll be an 88-year-old man called the Kid. Again, selecting the right name is very important. This concludes episode 1 of the Renaissance Music Review, Getting Started. Next, in episode 2, we're going to explore aspects of the live performing or personal appearance business.